Welcome back to God's Truth Daily, and let's see today's verse. Today's verses actually are Matthew 6, 3 and 4. Usually it's a verse, but today it is two verses. That happens occasionally. But today's verses, Matthew 6, 3 and 4 say, "But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father who sees everything will reward you." So, I feel like verses 1 and 2 also add to those verses. So, verses 1 and 2 of the same chapter, Matthew 6, 1 and 2 say, "Watch out, don't do your good deeds publicly to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to someone in need, don't do as the hypocrites do, blowing trumpets in the synagogues and streets to call attention to their acts of charity. I tell you the truth, they have received all the reward they will ever get." So that's Jesus talking right there. So it's easier to give for recognition. It's easier to give when you know that you're going to get recognition. But Jesus is telling us to do the opposite in those verses. He's telling us to give for the pleasure of it, for the pleasure of giving, and as a response to God's love, to the love of God. And if you do it that way, the way that Jesus is trying to tell you, God who sees everything, your Father who sees everything, will reward you, as it says in verse 4. So, but also verse 3 is a metaphor for giving in secret. When it says, when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. It's pretty much saying, give your gifts in secret, give your gifts in private. Don't let other people know that you're giving. It's a metaphor. It's not really saying tell your right hand what you're doing, but don't tell your left hand. Like, you wouldn't talk to your hands. That would be weird, but whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's saying. It's saying that it's easier to give for recognition, but Jesus is telling us to do the opposite. He's telling us to give for the pleasure of giving and as a response to God's love. And if you do it the way that He's telling you, God, who sees everything, will reward you. And verse 3, it's really a metaphor. It's really figurative language for give your gifts in secret. So that was Matthew 6, 3 and 4. Again, they say, "But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father, who sees everything, will reward you." I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. Here's a little clip on how to turn your post notifications on, and I will close out the video. So that was how you turn your post notifications on. Make sure you follow those simple, truly simple steps. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I am still searching for a special guest here. If you want to, just comment that you want to be a special guest. I already have someone in mind, but if they cannot if they're not available to be a special guest, one of you will most likely be the special guest. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.